fresh, but I just wanted to say thank you for... We arrived a bit late, but I just want to say thank you to everybody that we heard. It's been really lovely just listening to everybody, and nice to see so many people that I know from kind of so many years. I'm starting to feel a bit old now, actually. And Steve, you make me feel old. But in the best possible way, because we go right back to Commonwealth in Manchester and many, many years ago, don't we?
The
Wonderful.
feeling is mutual.
Yes, but feeling old. I did think that Sarah had some kind of secret plan, because it's kind of bald men with flat caps. Finish off. The Greeks used to think that the poem chose the poet, not the other way around. I think we sometimes, when I'm working, I feel like I'm trying to kind of make something, say something. But the old Greek idea was that the poet who was ready, the muses would kind of bring the poems to that person. So we have to make ourselves like kind of nicely tuned aerials, really, so that Calliope can find us. I say that because this is a relatively new piece, only kind of a couple of weeks old, and it found me. This is not a poem that I wanted to write, and nor is it good enough for the purpose that it serves. All we can do is interesting. I was just sitting there, just watching everybody, and we're all, most people are doing the best that they can. We're all doing what we can, and that's a wonder, And poets are we're a funny old breed, but we're doing what we can, and so this is all I can do. This is called the end of mango season. And I apologise for its insufficiency. Mango season has ended in Katra Sadat Gunj in Uttar Pradesh. Just days ago, the last of the fruit was hanging so heavy on the trees, you could have just reached up and it would have fallen into your hand. Now, the tree at the edge of the fields is bare, its innocent limbs open under the morning blue sky. The scent of the earth is the perfume of soil and moisture and heat. In a bare brick room nearby, an exercise book rests on the floor, filled with cursive blue writing. Murti and Pushpa leave their schoolwork to go to the toilet in the fields in the early dark. Morning comes, and there are two girls hanging by their scarves from the branches of the mango tree, one red and one blue. And the policeman says, boys will be boys. We cannot change this hole in the world, or change the hearts of the men who destroy you, the minds of those who protest your deaths, but who will eve tease tonight, not making love with their wives, but instead spilling their emptiness to pornography watched on smartphone screens. There is a hole in the world where two cousins become a newspaper story and nothing changes, become a government investigation and nothing changes, where women judge men and men see women as separate and nothing changes. There is a hole in the world where rapists and killers are named as monsters, are hanged themselves, but nothing changes. And we cannot see that it is us who have created us. We protest our innocence, and nothing changes. There is a hole in the world where men are not man enough to have the courage to see the other as ourself, the stranger as our sister, are not men enough to face how we have lived, to step into the new, to give up our masks, to live from our hearts. We think we are worth this, and this is what we are worth. In Lucknow, workers in white shirts and loose slacks gather at the market stall to gulp down the last mango milkshakes of summer, only 10 rupees a glass. Away in Yorkshire, we eat a mango with our lunch, the coolness of the skin against the palm of my hand, the sweetness of the slices, deep orange and juicy, the hardness of the stone that is cast away, as hard as the earth beneath a mango tree. There is blue cursive writing in an exercise book. There are 2 small passport photos in the hands of a man and a woman in a bare brick room. Mango season has ended for this year. So we write things down and we do the best that we can. And that's a miracle. It's a miracle. And poets of the world keep on doing that miracle. Artists do the thing that's impossible. They make something where there wasn't something before. So, what a world. How wonderful. This is it's not an antidote to that poem. There's nothing I can say to come after that. It's just, I want to take us in a different direction. This is called Every Atom. And I was thinking about what human beings are for. These are the kind of strange thoughts we have in Hebden Bridge. What human beings are for. And I realised that we do 2 things really, humans. What we do is we have relationships with each other, or don't, which is also about having relationships. And then we talk about those things. We tell stories and write poems and make songs. We communicate. That's it. We communicate and we relate. That's being human. Every atom. Walt Whitman, in Leaves of Grass, which is kind of the closest thing I have to a Bible in this world, wrote this line: "For every atom belonging to me as good as belongs to you." So this is my reply to Walt. Each of us changes when placed next to the other. We place ourselves or are placed or paired, creating stories, a new idea, sometimes love. With love comes the desire to be seen for who we are. From juxtaposition comes the marriage of existence, arranging ourselves as an exhibition of human things. Marriages of the married and unmarried, so many bedrooms and doorways, arranging ourselves as an exhibition of human things. The marriage of shadow and light, born to an impermanent sun. The music between the strings, between the staves, between the musician and the notes. The sea and the sky unified at one horizon. Body, mind, action and consequence. The writer and his notebook learning the sacrament of ink. The dancer and gravity illustrate the music of freedom and force. The portrait given soul by the painter going beyond technique. Wedding rings on hands held together and apart. Arranging ourselves as gold and steel, as youth and old age, as prayer and its church, as Christ in the garden, as cobalt is to the truth of the sky, as the sound of the Om, as Omega, as Alpha, and what comes before and after, the seed of the sound. An exhibition of human things, a cup turned by hand, held by other hands. The immigrant wedding in colours you didn't even know you could wish for. Seagrass and sand dune, roots and mass, they are entwined. Wave and ocean, water given life from her movement, from his depth. The exhibition of human things, a country and its people, the statistics and the individual. No country without the individual, no marriage without each partner existing within themselves. No marriage without one being seen by the other. No marriage without the creation of context. Consider the decisions, the fragments we make. Alpha, love used as a verb. Omega, love as a choice. Love sometimes is not a choice, it just is or is not. I place my life here and it means something if I choose it to. We place our lives together and they mean something if we choose them to. We tell our stories, for there are always stories. The dancer knows how earth and body relate. The poet journeys the pen through the connections. We choose to believe in statistics or the mystery. the mystery of marriage, between each thing, between the life of each moment, the mystery of marriage, the mystery of human things. Thank you. And just to close out, this is a cover version, and it's by Charles Baudelaire, and it's just a bit of advice to end the evening with. Baudelaire advises us to get drunk. One should always be drunk. That's the great thing, the only question. Not to feel the horrible burden of time weighing on your shoulders and bowing you to the earth. You should be drunk without respite. Drunk with what? With wine, with poetry, or with virtue, as you please, but get drunk. And if sometimes you should happen to awake on the stairs of a palace, or the green grass of a ditch, in the dreary solitude of your own room, and find that your drunkenness is ebbing or has vanished, ask the wind and the wave, ask star, bird, or clock, ask everything that flies, everything that moans, everything that flows, everything that sings, everything that speaks. Ask them the time. And the wind, the wave, the star, the bird, and the clock will all reply, it is time to get drunk. If you are not to be the martyred slave of time, be perpetually drunk with wine, with poetry, or with virtue, as you please. Thank you so much. Thank you.